Hi guys, it's Mike here. Today I'm back with an everyday Christmas. It's number 9 and I'm using Wow Glow in the Dark embossing powder and a new embossing ink pad. This is how it turned out. I think it's cute. This is a polar bear I had left over from previous video when I colored them, and it's linked down below. I started making a window with a snowflake from Sizzix, but that really didn't leave me any room for my scene. See, you can't see anything. And I'm using the Lawn Fawn stitched mountain borders, and I decorated it from brown and white. And the polar bear bells, yeah, you've seen it already. And I'm not sure which sentiment yet. There's no really Christmassy one in there. And my favorite things didn't intend it to be, but yeah. And this is Simon System various Christmas sets with stars that I thought might be nice for the night sky. So as you can see, this really doesn't make any sense. It's very pretty, but yeah, I'm changing it into a circle. And there it is. I'm tracing the circle so I know where to ink blend and to stamp my stars. And to keep this edges nice and neat, I'm putting on some post-it tape. You don't have to, but because I'm mounting the panel with foam tape, I think you can look into the sides. So I'm using Distress Inks, Dusty Concord, Shaded Lilac and Tumbled Glass. And although the mountains will cover the big part of it, I'm still doing the whole circle. And this is Tsukineko tinted embossing pad. And the stars are from Avery I'll Let It Snow, which is also an older set. But yeah, any that you have will do, of course. So when I saw this ink pad on YouTube in a video from one of the suppliers that my craft store carries or orders from, and I thought it was a brilliant invention, and then I ordered it, and well, I can't see much of it. There's a little bit of pink. I think the pad might be a bit dry, so I ordered the re-inker, and we'll see if that makes any difference. But for now, using Wow the glow in the dark embossing powder. And well, I didn't do a very good job stamping because I think the pad is dry. I think that must be it why you can't see the pink and all, but yeah, you'll see that in the next video, I guess, when I re-inked it. It's a foam pad and it was wrapped in cling foil, but yeah. Anyway, the stars aren't perfect and I still left them in because they could be different smaller stars in the distance. And I've sped up the video a little bit more for the ink blending, and I'm starting with Dusty Concord and Shaded Lilac and then Tumbled Glass, which I think in the end you won't see any of it. I guess I could have positioned my mountains a bit lower, but don't know why I didn't actually. Could have, but I didn't. I wish I could ink blend this fast. Wait, so I'm going over all of it again to blend it. These are colors that don't really want to blend very well together, but if you just go over it with tumbled glass all over all the colors, it evens out the difference. And of course it needs to dry. See, my stars are a bit Yeah. Now I'm choosing, and I'm sorry I'm a little bit off screen, I'm choosing which bits of the mountains I want to use, and then I'm marking them with a pencil and chopping them off. The snow caps I got from white, and to give a bit more interest to these mountains I'm using ground espresso, and then weathered wood for the snow caps. And I'm just putting the ground espresso on in a, well, disorderly fashion, just very random, because I wanted it to be a bit splotchy and have texture like real mountains do. And by the way, I think I should have used my favorite things Yeti, because I don't think they're polar bears or mountains on the North Pole, or polar bears where there are mountains like this. Could be wrong. I know there's plenty of mountains in Alaska, but I don't think they're brown. They're probably white all year. But I don't know. Anyway, I was overthinking here, and I shouldn't do that. Sorry. So the weather wood is just to give a little bit of dimension to the snow, but also makes it look a bit dirty, I think. Probably should have left them white. It's the first time I used the snow-capped mountains. I didn't get a chance to use them last year. So I'm just gluing on the snow caps with the glue pen. By the way, my circle isn't stitched. I tried one of my stitched circles, but I don't have many sizes in them. And the bigger one was a little bit too big, and the second one was smaller than this circle, so I chose not to have a stitched detail. But if you stitched mountains, you probably need a stitched circle or square or star shaped, any shape that you cut your window in. So a bit of water for more texture, and then I cleaned up my workspace for preventing any boo-boos. And the sentiment is from a set I don't have the packaging anymore, and I didn't write it down, and it's also a bit older, so I have no idea where it's from. But you can use any sentiment you like, of course, that is available or that you have in your stash. I chose Winter Wonderland because it's a scene, land, winter. It made sense to me. Of course, I'm using VersaFine Onyx Black ink for my sentiment. So the first mountain row, I am going to stick it on with wet sticky tape because of the texture that these stars have given, and I wanted it to be properly secured. And yeah, I've cut the bits out, fumbling with the adhesive. I could have put them lower, but I didn't. So. Also, you can put in just one row, but I thought two was nicer. And the second row I'm mounting with foam tape. Just for a little bit more dimension and to create kind of a feel of distance. So to mount the panel, I'm using foam tape everywhere except where there's the foam mounted mountains. It's very hard because there's already dimension there, so I'm just using the tape runner where I think the mountains are, and then a bit of foam tape again on the top. I left this bit in, so I don't cut out everything, but you know, sometimes you need to choose where the video gets too long. You see, there's the level difference, I guess. And yeah, the same will work for my polar bear, because some bits are mounted with foam and some are flush. So. Okay, and I think that's the card finished for today. I'm trying to show you the glow in the dark, but it's not dark enough in my room. I will need to go underneath the covers, but then I can take a picture. So anyway, here's the finished card, and I would like to show you what happens when I try to do a voiceover. This happens. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.